we're delivering with our ambassadorship with Worldcoin talks with you guys, with Scott Crypto Warrior, and we have multiple aligned. And as we said, we are spreading out our activities. We're not going to push everything in one time because we're not looking to manipulate any price or anything. We want to achieve for crypto our investors. We want to give them the organic growth or the growth of our chart in terms where everything is growing gradually and we're maintaining that side. In terms of the game side, which is very, very important for us, we will be observing many metrics as we grow. There is the metric of revenue, the cost, daily active user, monthly active users, and everything related to that. We will have a lot of activities on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter as well, in order to get players with focusing on geographical areas one by one. They will have a major focus on with the guilds that we have. We have signed the top guild in Vietnam, we have signed the top one guild in India, and we have as well been looking at where are the markets that MMORPG is very popular, and we found out that Philippines is one of the top, and we're as well going to be focusing on getting a lot of players from that region, and then we will have more like it will be region by region. Then we will go to the Middle East, we go to the Turk. We have a really really good Turkish community, and we're working on an organic growth approach in Turkey. We have uh, community members actually who are go just live on TikTok, show the game, speak to people right away. We have like more than 200, 300 attendees asking about KRYXIVIA, coming to our group. We're creating more engaging community. We don't sell like come and buy, go to the moon. No, we're selling the real proposition, the game, the earnings side, why we're building on the blockchain. We want to educate people about Web3. We want to educate people about Web3 gaming because if you want to achieve adoption, we can't achieve adoption by a hype. We have to achieve adoption by education. So, for example, we're creating a course with one of our partners is Polemos. They have a gaming university where we right now we're curating and writing the course and creating the video content behind it and everything, and it will be included into the gaming college for Polemos, where players will be able to go there, have multiple games like Call of Duty and other games and their college materials. There will be as well more material about KRYXIVIA and how to play KRYXIVIA. So it's a long-term project for us. We have a long path in front of us. There will be more intensity of our marketing as we approach our beta because we want the beta launch to be very successful and get a lot of players, and we want to stress test our gaming servers. We want to see, okay, to what we have theoretically, we know how many players we can hold, but we want to see in reality how many players we are able to hold at the same time in our game, and who will be working so hard to get thousands of players into KRYXIVIA upon our launch on PC. Uh, Marketing is an endless play. As a project, I've been saying it in the previous before we got rugged by Twitter and the spaces. Uh, I was saying, as KRYXIVIA, we have been focusing a lot during the past year on building. We launched in November 2021, which was the peak of the market. If you remember, guys, 2021 is when Bitcoin hit the 69K for the second time, and then everything started to go down. As a team, we have anticipated that, and we've seen, because we have an experience with, like, for me as a personal investor, I have experience with previous bear markets and how projects would fall apart if they didn't anticipate it. We had a lot of plans in order to list on centralized exchanges, and we were very happy that we avoided any centralized exchange additional listings. We launched with Maxi. Maxi was an incubator for KRYXIVIA, but we didn't list on any other exchange because any other exchange was asking for money for listing, and then we knew that during a bear market, we need to focus all our budgets on what really matters. KRYXIVIA isn't a token, just a project that wants to get traded on Gate, KuCoin, Binance. I don't know where. I mean, we would love to get listed on Binance. Who doesn't? But I mean, I'm talking about exchanges that take money in exchange of listings, KuCoin, Gate, XT, so many other exchanges that are considered tier one. Uh, we avoided all of that and we allocated all the budget focusing on what KRYXIVIA is. KRYXIVIA is a game for it's a game. It's a play and earn project built on Web3, and that's what we want to deliver to the market. If as a team we have a certain deliverable that is a priority for our investors, is the game that they are coming to invest in. So we focused on that. Now, with the game in hand and the beta coming in December, we are able to start to focus about other parts of the business in terms of marketing, listings in the future. Listings, we're not very excited about listings yet until we see all this CX fallout happening after FTX. There are a lot of changes, proof of reserves. We're looking at all of that, and we are still in discussions with actually some exchanges for the KXS launch with some of their uh, venture arms, but we're still observing that situation. We don't want anything to interfere with the growth of the game that we are doing, and we have seen already Uniswap volume is up tremendously. And it will continue to grow as Uniswap. They have a lot of security, and decentralization is what crypto is all about. It's not about centralization. So we're going to keep an eye for everything regarding the marketing. We're going to have much more focus on revenue streams and how we can create additional revenue stream through the game in order to strengthen our fundamentals. One straightforward revenue stream would be in-game marketing, selling marketing and ads as we gain more users. So it's all in relation to each other. It's going to be our users who will enable us to generate so much revenue and create multiple revenue streams and even offering them a better game quality and better game features and better service for our users. So it's all a cycle that is related to each other, and we're starting to move from the development phase, fully development phase, to a phase where it will include the operations marketing. There will be always development in any game. There is no stop for development, and attracting more and more investors.
Oh, that's great. It seems like you've been building it the right way, KRYXIVIA, and it's all coming together now, and it's going to be exciting into the new year. We talked earlier about the quest system. So next year, are you looking at like expansion packs through the year and maybe like seasonal expansions in the game?
Yes. So the game actually right now we're adding the quests in this version, but the game it will become like a seasonal game. So every 3 months there is a season that will be ongoing. There will be a leaderboard attached to that season, and that leaderboard will determine additional earnings for you as a user. So as higher as you are ranked in that leaderboard, you will keep even getting even more KXS. One second, sorry guys. Yeah, sorry. So as the season as we move forward, there will be seasons and seasonal badges for participation. There will be more links into our leaderboard, and the prizes will be distributed based on that. In addition to what you are looting into the game, so there will be, for example, there will be around 20 million KXS each quarter. To be earned, to be mined, farmed, earned in the game, and there will be the multiple ways for earning. Leaderboard that will be public on our, it's already public on our website. Uh, Farming, mining, crafting, and everything that you're gonna do in the game.
Okay, awesome. Let's open up Twitter Spaces. We've got hands up here. Let's see, Aisha, you had a question for the KRYXIVIA team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. So I was wondering, how are players able to communicate with each other in the KRYXIVIA game? Is it through text chat or voice chat?
Yeah, thanks, Aisha, for your question. So right now you're able to communicate through text chat in this current version. We are adding the voice chat next year.
Okay. I can see on your website that there are total 5 elements, and effects in KRYXIVIA are tied to a specific element, which after casting can create an elemental backlash effect on the target. I want to know, can player only select one element when starting the game? Player can cast spell in multiple elements?
So yeah, these elements will be used to create multiple spells. So you can rely on one element, but you will need other elements in the game to be used.
Understood. I can also see on your website that users can either download KRYXIVIA launcher to play the game, or they can play it on browser through WebGL client. I was wondering, what is the difference when game is running on launcher or on web browser, and is the graphic quality better on launcher, and do launcher require more GPU memory?
So that's a great question. So, in terms of WebGL, so it depends on the user because the launcher is specifically for Windows and PC users. It's not for if you have a MacBook or any other operating system. We recommend the launcher because it has a more stable connection rather than browser. The WebGL is a great option. It has the same graphic options in both. Uh, but on the web on the browser there are some browsers that they don't have the same uptime as our launcher. We recommend the launcher, but if you are a Mac user, myself, I'm a Mac user and I'm using the WebGL and I'm enjoying it. I'm not having any issues, but I relied more on Google Chrome than Safari because Safari had certain issues with the ping and the the delay between the game server and the browser itself, but Google Chrome works much better. So in terms of GPU, no, it doesn't consume more. It's the same consumption, and it's not highly consuming data from your GPU so far. And this current versions definitely.
Understood. It clarifies me now. Thank you so much. Thank you for answering.
Thank you, Aisha.
Okay, and next up we've got Venice. You've got a question for KRYXIVIA. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. I got a couple of the questions for Xavier. I have been listening in, and I also read on the white paper that no class exists on Xavier. Everyone starts with the same chances and same bases. So it got me thinking that how everybody is given same chances because it is not a PvP fight. So does it mean everybody can start with same chances to collect precious gems in the dungeons that are only limited in number?
Yes, thank you, Venice. Thank you for the question so much. So when we say that you start all the game at the first chance because there are no leveling up, definitely you will have as a player, and as you gain more armors, you craft more equipment in the game, you're getting more strength in order to fight in game. But everybody, when they come to the game, nobody has a certain level in their character, and that is giving them an advantage because of their character. The advantages are given based on the NFTs that you own. You can buy these NFTs in order to just to become a strong to have a stronger attacking power and defensive power, but there is no additional level, so you can start right away, and you don't need to spend so much time in order to bring up your character to a certain level. No, you can just right away go to the marketplace, or you can start crafting those weapons that will give you the strength and the fair chance with everyone.
Okay, understood. And while playing with a group, is it possible to drop spell or other items in the dungeon fight to give it to other group members? And will it be permanently given to that person, or after the game, a player will have these items in his inventory?
So right now you can drop to the other player. Each player will have their own spells, but there's easy to be crafted. So just make sure you're playing once you're playing the multiplayer that your colleagues have the spells enough spells in their inventory in order to play it.
Okay, and also, will there be levels in the dungeon like to fight a certain dragon or a monster? A player need to have a specific kind of spell or NFT to be entered into the fight.
So no, you can enter the dungeon and play without any prerequisite with the weapons that you have on any type of weapons. But there are different type of monsters. There is like from the easiest to the strongest. And as you enter the game, you will be able right away learn which are the strongest. And each monster before you enter the dungeon, we tell you more about their strength and their power, so you would know which one are the hardest, and then you would train on that first one. You can even go to a training arena or a tutorial in order to build up the skills in order to fight. And in addition, in the upcoming version, we are enhancing the AI where you are using the weapons so your attacking becomes more effective than the current version.
Okay, got it. It's been really great talking to you, and thank you so much for answering my questions.
Thank you very much, Venice.
Thanks for the question, Venice. And next up, we've got Ramat. You had a question for KRYXIVIA. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, so I want to know that on which servers have you deployed your game on, and is the game deployed on any decentralized server? And also, for the final version, what maximum number of the players will be able to join the game simultaneously?
So right now we have our own gaming servers that we have allocated. It's not a decentralized yet. It's on a centralized because the form of how the games are built, we still need that infrastructure. We're looking for multiple other options in terms of infrastructure in order to have the same networking efficiency and latency that we have on the current game servers. This is very important for any multiplayer game. So what was your second question?
What maximum number of players will be able to join the game simultaneously?
Okay, right now we would estimate it's more than 1,000 players, even higher than that, and we can maintain the stability. But this is according to our own studies. It may be more. We're doing several stress tests, and for us to scale it above 1,000, for example, it's just a matter of turning on more gaming servers, so we can scale the game as big as we want. But why pay the cost for more than that when we don't need to? So that's why we're limiting it at that level today.
Okay, understood. Okay, another final quick question. So on your white paper, it's mentioned that Crixit are represented in both NFT and on your centralized asset database. So I want to know that what is exactly asset database? Is it your own game servers, and how will the data integrity be maintained on your centralized asset database?
So in terms of Krixit, everything is happening. So right now, when you are in the game, it's built on the blockchain, and there will be the mainnet where everything regarding everything that you're gaining in game is on chain. So the database is just for our records. It's just additional record, but the most of the records will be on chain in terms of what you hold in Krixits, armors, weapons, components, elements, everything.
Understood, understood. Thank you so much for answering. Over to you,
Thank
Glenn.
you. Thank you.
Thanks for the question, Ramat. And next up, we've got Captain Levi. We had a question for KRYXIVIA. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Okay, so during the course of the AMA, actually forgot the line of thoughts, but you actually were talking about the incentives for Web2 gamers and bringing Web2 gamers, explaining how the Krivia game will bring Web2 gamers. One thing about Web2 gamers is the fact that they are usually paranoid when it comes to Web3 related activities, NFTs, gaming, and so forth. So, um, what would you use to alleviate these fears that they have, and how can you assure them that these fears that they have concerning Web3 games generally and crypto and Krivia games to be precise is not something they should be afraid about?
Definitely, thank you for this. This is a great question. So first, in terms of getting more Web 2 to Web 3, we focused on the first layer in our own hypothesis is the gameplay itself. So first thing we want to attract Web 2 to Web 3 gamers is the gameplay. Second is everything related to what you said, wallet, NFT, everything related to that. We're not charging any money for any player to start playing the game. You can go to our website and start playing. How we're going to convince them in terms of for the gamers, we want to convince them on the security part. So uh, if you're playing Call of Duty or if you're playing World of Warcraft, you create a username, a password, and you have an inventory there. If anything happened, you may lose your account, you may lose all the progress that you have done and everything. So there is nothing to prove, and then maybe you would need to go and connect with support of that game, or you got hacked, or anything related to that. We're convincing them with the security level that the on-chain blockchain will bring, and the sense of ownership of everything they have. Couple that with the fact that their assets will have value. So a lot of players today reach a certain high level in any game, and they want just to sell it again. That's what Web3 games create because of the marketplace, the actual liquidity behind the purchases, the ability to create a passive income for majority of the players today. In general, all games or games out there, the only people who are making money from those games are the really, really professional ones who are going to esports events, playing for $1 million, I don't know what, putting a team like Face Clans and any other uh, esport team, gaming team that is out there. But there is a mass. Like, what about the mass? What about the average player? If, like the ones who are playing once a week, twice a week, or even daily, what are they getting? What's their benefit? Do you need to be like the really, really expert in order to make a good income from playing? Our answer is going to be no. You are able to right now from an average player to get piece of that pie. We're changing the concept of how games are being built by giving the community a say in the game itself. Everything behind gaming, the biggest franchises in gaming is the decision making is centralized, and this is where KRYXIVIA DAO will come in and giving more power for the gamers. So in terms of a gamer, we're attracting them by security, by the ability to have a say on what's happening in the game and shaping the vision of the game as it's growing. Because it's not just about playing the game today, it's about how much we are involving the community and the gamers behind the game. It's not an easy process. Definitely, we totally understand that. But it's a journey that we want to take and create that adoption through these selling points.
Sounds wonderful. I really appreciate the detailed answers to the questions. I wish you guys the very best, and I hope Krivia's game stays bullish onward. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ramsey.
Thanks for the questions. Yeah, unfortunately, we've run out of time today, but it's been great speaking about the KRYXIVIA project. It's going great. I imagine it's been hard work the last 12 months in the bear market, but you just keep building the space, which is great. The game's expanding. As been mentioned, we have an ambassadorship with KRYXIVIA, so we'll be coming back in the near future. We'll be having a Telegram chat as well in the near future. So if you enjoyed the space today, keep an eye out for that in the future, where we can probably share screen. We can't do that on Twitter Space, so we can maybe actually delve into the game as well. That'd be exciting for everyone that joined the call today and everyone in the Telegram community. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that in the future and the ambassadorship we're creating with the KRYXIVIA team. And thank you very much for coming today.
thank you, man. Thank you, Glenn, and thank you, guys. We're very excited about the ambassadorship, and we really look forward for our future AMA. Everybody here, join us then because we will be streaming the game live on Telegram, and we will
That'll
be
be
playing
awesome.
the game as we answering questions and showing the game for everybody there.
That'll be great, yeah. And anyone who's got any questions or wants to try out the game, you can go through the KRYXIVIA logo link here on the speaker's account, and that will give you the socials and everything if you want to check out the game or the website or read the white paper, or if you want to go into the socials and join the community and you have any questions after this Twitter Spaces today. So I'll finish this Twitter Space, and thank you very much for coming, everyone.